The Rizals is considered to be one of the biggest families during their time. Jose Rizal came from a 13-member family consisting of his parents, Francisco Mercado Rizal and Teodora Alonso Realunda, and 9 sisters and 1 brother. The first teacher of Jose Rizal was his mother, Doña Teodora, who was a remarkable woman of good character and fine culture. As a tutor, she was patient, conscientious, and understanding. She taught about the story of the moon, which gave Rizal a lesson and inspiration in life. Maestro Celestino was Jose's first private tutor. Maestro Lucas was the second private tutor, and Maestro Leon Monroy became his hero's tutor in Spanish and Latin. Concepcion, or also called Concha, was the 8th child of the Rizal family. Of his sisters, Pepe loved the little Concha, who was a year younger than him, but she died at the age of 3, and Rizal mournfully wept at losing her. Whatever Rizal have tried to do in his life, he have tried with all his heart to do it well. Whatever he have devoted himself to, he have devoted himself completely. In great aims and small, he have always thoroughly been in earnest. Rizal left the Philippines for the first time in Spain. He toured the world. He went to Singapore, Europe, Punta de Gales, Colombo, Suez Canal, Marseille, and Barcelona. He met his former classmates from Ateneo and gave him a party at their favorite cafe at the Plaza Catalunya. In November 3, 1882, he enrolled in Universidad Central de Madrid. He took up medicine, philosophy, and letters. Maximo S. Viola will constantly be remembered as the man who saved the Noli Me Tangere for posterity. He provided some financial aid, enabling Rizal to have the book printed at Berliner in Berlin. Viola loaned Rizal for 300 pesos for 2,000 copies. He met Dr. Moraita and Don Pablo. Don Pablo Rizal joined the Círculo Hispano-Filipino, and Dr. Moraita became Jose Rizal's professor at the Universidad Central de Madrid. Miguel Moraita, a founder of the Asociación Hispano-Filipino. Rizal went to Paris to train under the famous oculoplastic surgeon, Dr. Luis de Wecker, and he worked as an assistant to the renowned ophthalmologist Dr. Luis de Wecker and left for Heidelberg after a year. After completing his studies in Madrid, Rizal went to Paris and Germany in order to specialize in ophthalmology. He particularly chose this branch of medicine because he wanted to cure his mother's eye ailment. Jose Rizal was only a young boy of 16 when he first fell in love, and it was with Segunda Katidbak, a girl from Lipa, Batangas, when Rizal was a sophomore at the University of Santo Tomas and was boarding in the house of Doña Concha Leiva in Intramuros. He met Leonor Orang Valenzuela, his next-door neighbor. She was a tall girl who carried herself with grace and elegance, and he eventually courted her by sending love notes, which he wrote in invisible ink made from a mixture of water and table salt. Leonor Rivera was a young lass who came from Camiling Tarlac and a cousin of Jose Rizal. She was tender as a budding flower with kindly, wistful eyes, and she and Rizal eventually became engaged and could have been her love of his life. Consuelo Ortiga and Rizal first met in Madrid, Spain on September 16, 1882. Obviously, Rizal wanted a relationship with her, but he had to back off because of 2 reasons. His friend also had feelings for Consuelo, and he was still engaged to Leonor Rivera. Gertrude Beckett, a blue-eyed and buxom girl, was the eldest of the 3 Beckett daughters. She fell in love with Rizal. Tuti helped him in his painting and sculpture. Nelly boasted and Rizal's love affair unfortunately did not end in marriage. It failed because Rizal refused to be converted to the Protestant faith. When our hero moved to a Spanish legation in Tokyo, Osei-san became Rizal's interpreter, who also taught him the rudiments of the Nihongo language and the fine art of Japanese painting. Rizal was 29 years old when he first had a glimpse of Belgian lady Suzanne Jacobi, but he left the young Jacobi a box of chocolates which latter did not eat nor touch. There were many women linked with Rizal, but nothing lasts because when his feelings for them deepened, Rizal suddenly disappeared because he put his love for his country first. But there was Jose Rizal's last lover, which is Josephine Bracken, who stayed with him until his execution. She was also allegedly the woman whom Rizal married. Rizal was arrested while en route to Spain, imprisoned in Barcelona, and sent back later to Manila to stand trial. He was charged with being a traitor to Spain and the mastermind of the revolution. On December 26, 1896, the military court tried Jose Rizal and later found him guilty of rebellion, sedition, and conspiracy. Rizal pleaded his innocence, but he was still convicted on all three charges of rebellion, sedition, and conspiracy and sentenced to death. On December 30, 1896, Dr. Jose Rizal, the greatest man of the Malayan race, was shot to death at Bagumbayan, Manila, by a firing squad of native soldiers. His death meant much more for the Filipinos. It sparked the revolution in country against the Spanish government, which ruled Las Islas Filipinas from 1565 to 1898.
Consumatum est!